Hello, everyone! Welcome back to another Mario Kart episode. This is episode 29. Oh goodness, that's crazy. 29 is so many episodes. Anyway, this episode is post-commentated, so you get to enjoy that, I guess. It's going to be a little bit of a different format than I normally do for post-commentated. There's going to be full races, but there's also going to be just a couple of clips by themselves. Mostly third lap fails, honestly. That's kind of what it boils down to. But today I decided to play as Wario, and I wasn't entirely sure what vehicle to settle on, but eventually I settled on the Flame Flyer. Sorry. So let's go ahead and jump right in. All right. So the first track is Moo Meadows. Not the first track that I played, but the first track I'm showing you guys is Moo Meadows, and it starts off. I don't know if anyone actually drafted me on this one. I can't believe it. It's a Christmas miracle. Anyway, I get red shelled immediately, so I guess it's not a Christmas miracle. Whatever. Which drops me all the way to 12th. And that's kind of a recurring theme in this video, is that I get hit by one item at the beginning, and then my races just catch up for the rest of the time. But I do pull triple mushrooms here, which is very good. On this track, however, it's just kind of decent. I mean, there's a couple spaces where you can cut off some time, but I fail there, so I just have to use it to catch up a little bit. And Bowser's trailing a green shell, so I want to make sure that I don't drive right in front of him, but he gets a draft on me and then just back greens me anyway, which is very unfortunate, but he does hit a cow, so I guess it all works out. I'm still in first, and I have one more mushroom. There are two really good spots to use a mushroom on this track. One is in this section up here. You can use it to cut off, a lot of the grass here. And the other section is the area with the cows. That's also a very good spot to use a mushroom, just because, I mean, it's a free turn to cut off some grass. There are other places, but they're not as good because it doesn't cut off as much off-road. So I do have a very large lead, and I am just saving my mushroom in case there's a blue shell. And if there's not, then I can just use it at the end of the race. In this section, like I said, was very good. But unfortunately, I used this mushroom quite badly. But I do still get first place, so that is that. Now, here, this is one of those little clips that I was talking about. This is the end of Wario's Gold Mine. The first time around, I actually have another Wario's Gold Mine clip in this video. I just completely mess up the shortcut. And then those blue shells coming for me, which is wonderful. And then a red shell. And then Donkey Kong just almost pushes me off the edge. And then another red shell happens. So, I could have gotten first, instead I get third. Just my luck. I had a perfect game up until that point, so that made me really frustrated, but it is what it is. Alright, so this next race is Sherbet Land. And, one thing about this track, especially with a heavyweight character, is that it's just so awful. And the reason for that is that you slide around a whole lot. Usually heavyweight characters have a lower drift stat than, middleweights or lightweights. But also, you just have such a large hitbox that you'll end up hitting the walls or the penguins, or in my case, a Mega Mushroom. So once again, I go from first to last, basically, getting hit by someone else in a Mega Mushroom. I should totally hit this penguin here, but somehow I don't, which is very nice. I'm in 7th, and I'm entering the cave. And this is the scariest part of the course, because my hitbox is so large in this car. I do manage to only hit one penguin, but, I mean, I kind of had to hit that penguin. There was no really way around it. So I'm back in 10th. I don't go for an item here. Oh, I guess I do go for an item. I completely forgot. I do get triple mushrooms. Triple mushrooms are, once again, not that good on this track. There's no off-road to cut off, which is a major portion of using mushrooms. But something that most people don't know about mushrooms is that they also provide you with more traction. So if you're slipping around, or if I need to make a tighter turn, I can use a mushroom while I'm drifting, and that'll actually make it easier for me to turn. Now, this blue shell comes, and I slow down, obviously. I probably could have slipped to the side of it, but I didn't want to chance it. But I get wrecked by a penguin again, and Koopa Troopa passes me here, which is very lucky for me, because there's another blue shell here. And I decide I'm going to hit the wall to avoid the blue shell radius, but I think I probably should have just slowed down just a slight bit, but stayed in the middle of the road. That would have been the best option for me. It doesn't entirely matter. I'm in second place now with triple bananas, which is a very good item. As long as Diddy Kong doesn't start back spamming me. Somehow I don't hit this penguin. I really don't know how. And I do manage to banana Diddy Kong there, which is very nice. It extends my lead just a slight bit. And honestly, I don't have that big of a lead right now. It's not nearly as big as I would like, but it'll work for now. But of course, we're going into the cave again. I should have hit that penguin. I don't know how I didn't. But I most assuredly hit one of these penguins. I can't remember. I think it's... Yep, this third one. There we go. What are you gonna do when your hitbox is the size of Argentina or something? I don't remember. Alright, but in all seriousness, I think the rest of this race is just kind of, you know, pretty nonchalant. Typical ending to the race. Just pull up and get first. So, that's pretty solid. This next track is Waluigi Stadium. Now, I normally don't like to include Waluigi Stadium in videos like this because the track is so long, but this one was just all over the place, so I had to include it. I don't get an item at the beginning, so I just get red shelled immediately, which is great, which means I can't drift off this ramp. Drifting off that ramp is the best way to go off of it, because it allows you to cut that turn really tight, but unfortunately I'm unable to do that. So I do get a wall trick, which is very nice. And I'm in 6th place, and I get triple red shells. Triple red shells is not bad at all. And I just pass everyone without even... I mean, I think I hit someone, but whatever. And a blue shell comes. Blue shells are not fun. I meant to throw all of those red shells backwards, but I just missed. And also, I don't understand this red shell that Donkey Kong throws. How does it track me? If he throws it... if he throws it so far in front of me, it just like curves around and hits me? How does that work? Donkey Kong, what are you doing to your red shells that makes it do that? I don't know. Anyway, back to the race. I pull triple mushrooms, and normally it's faster to go around that ramp if you have mushrooms, but I just kind of do it really awfully, so it's not really faster for me. I managed to keep my mushrooms through that POW by going off the ramp at the normal height. And now I'm in 1st place with a mushroom. CPUs in this section really don't know how to act, so it's really easy to catch up to people, which is very nice. Also, just a quick note, on these these bumps, it's normally faster to not trick, but if you're small, it is faster to trick, because you'll hit the ground sooner. And you can usually get a double trick, actually, on those ramps. You'll notice there was a slight cut there. That was because I had to pause the game for a second, but it doesn't really matter. I'm in 2nd place. I try for snipe. It does not work. I don't like throwing red shells, I guess, because I don't throw this red shell. I just kind of keep it. And now I'm in 1st place, so I guess I didn't need it. You'll notice that I hit the wall on that ramp. The reason for that is it sends you onto the ground faster than if you were just falling. And that trick ramp has a specific time that it's allotted for the speed boost after the trick. So if you hit the ground sooner, then you get more of a trick boost. So that's why you normally see people do that. Anyway, I get blue shelled right at this corner, and then red shelled. Nice. Of course, right at the end of the race, so I figure my race is over, but Donkey Kong hits this banana in the corner. So I do manage to sneak past him again, and I end up getting 1st place, which is not bad at all. Now, unfortunately, I included Shy Guy Beach in this race. Excuse me. I included Shy Guy Beach in this race because interesting things happen, I guess you could say. First of all, I'd like to say that if you want to get really good at this track, you need to know the crab cycles. Each crab has 3 positions that it can land in. There's a left, and there's a middle, and there's a right. And it just alternates left, middle, right, middle, left, like that. It's pretty self-explanatory, but you just gotta know where those positions are, and it's different for every crab. So that's what makes this so annoying, I guess. Anyway, nothing really happened on the 1st lap, but now I'm getting red shelled. And also, Yoshi just makes me laugh every time I watch this, because he wheelies right into me. Like, come on. Anyway, we both hit this crab because we're idiots. And I'm in second place now. And let's see what item I get. A green shell. Green shells are okay on this track because you can just wreck some crabs. I do not see Yoshi getting green or blue shelled here, so I just am a complete idiot. And then Toad decides to throw a green shell in my face. Thank you, Toad. Very nice of you. Ugh. All of the items are stolen, so I don't get anything, but that's okay. I mean, I can take this shortcut up here, which computers, like, almost never take this shortcut. So it's all fine and good. And I'm in second place, heading into lap 3. We'll see if that lasts. Spoilers, it does not last. I'm duking it out for first place, and I do manage to edge out Bowser, which is very nice. And so now I'm in first place. I get a weird drift here, not the direction I was hoping for, and then this crab hits me. And then this crab hits me, and all of a sudden, I am not doing so hot. And I don't even see this green shell here until it hits me. So, wonderful. I used my mushroom to try to catch up, but I missed this ramp. Now, if I had hit that ramp, I probably would have gotten first. But as of right now, I'm getting 5th. But I managed to pass 3 people at the line, so I guess I got second. Probably didn't deserve second, but, you know, I'll take it. Here's another little thing that happens at the end of DK Summit. I hit this snowboarder, and I go off the ramp just to get my speed back. But I get kind of a weird drift, and I hit this banana. And then I get blue shelled. And then I get red shelled. And then I get red shelled again. And then there's a third red shell coming for me. But that green shell happens to hit the red shell. Oh, just before it hits me. It's wonderful. I was playing without any sound, so I didn't hear what happened to that red shell, but it was beautiful. I very much appreciate that green shell. You saved my life. Anyway, moving on. Mario Circuit. I wheelie bump Luigi at the beginning. Perfect. I'm really worried it's Thundercloud. I probably should be, though, because he does manage to hit me here, and I don't have enough time to pass it to anyone else. So I am small, and once again, now I'm in the back. Cool. Yeah, there's a very common theme here, you can see. It's getting wrecked by one item and then hitting the back of the pack. So now I have a star. Stars are pretty good on this track because you can just go through Goombas and the Chain Chomp, actually. So that's kind of nice. I'm going to hold it until I absolutely need to use it, which you're going to see is right here because I just completely fail. I hit this Goomba. Great. Oh gosh, my throat. I am not listening to the game audio like I said, so I thought I had more star enough to take that off-road shortcut, but I guess not. I just completely denied Toad of that item box. It was hilarious. But now I have a golden, and there is... You know, there's like 1 or 2 spots to use a golden on this track. So I'm just going to save it until then, and yeah, we'll see what happens in a second. Oh goodness, my throat. Anyway, ground shroom there. Pretty nice. I am just going to hold this until I need to use it, which is right now because I get red shelled. But this shortcut at the very end is so broken. Look how much time I'm saving compared to second place even. It's just absolutely crazy. I love Mario Kart. It's so great. Okay, Coconut Mall. This is another lap 3 just little clip I have. I hit these 2 boost panels perfectly, and this third I just hit the car just slightly. And then I get blue shelled. And that makes me drop 3 positions, and I get 4th place. I cannot believe how many last-second blue shells I had during this recording. It was incredible. Anyway, moving on to Toad's Factory. Yeah, like I've said before, this one is not my favorite for karts, just because of this turn, the conveyor belt turn that you'll see in a second. I try to backspam Luigi. It does not work because I am an idiot, I guess. And he throws a green shell at me here. I'm not too worried about it hitting me, though, because green shells interact with this outside wall really oddly, so it doesn't really follow you around the curve. It just kind of, like, bounces straight back at you, so I wasn't too worried. And then I have a normal excavator section. Is it bulldozers? I guess they're bulldozers, aren't they? Oh, whatever. So, yeah, I'm gonna let this play for a bit. The rest of this track is just me front-running, so... I'm just gonna, talk a little bit about what's coming up. Yes, so this is episode 29. Next week will be episode 30, and once again, I will be sabotaging myself with a new cart that we unlock this episode. You'll see that at the end of this episode if you stick around. I will not be explaining what the sabotage is, though, this episode, so you're gonna have to tune in next week to figure out what that is, but it's a pretty good one, I think. Of course, episode 31 will be normal. In 3 weeks, episode 32, I hope to have a guest on. We'll see if that works out. I hope it does. But pretty soon here, my semester's going to be over. And when it is over, I hope to upload twice a week again, like I did during the summer. I think that'll just speed things along nicely, and I think I will have enough time for that, but we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully that works out. Anyway, back to the race. I am in first place still, and I've got protection, so I'm just kind of, vibing. This POW block kind of scares me a little bit. I don't trick off that ramp, although it is... Actually, I don't know if it is faster to trick off that ramp, but, I mean, it doesn't matter. I dodge the POW anyway, and I get first place, so that's pretty nice. Now, Wario's Gold Mine. I'm looking for some redemption on this track, because as you remember, last time I played this track, I just got wrecked by a blue shell at the end, so hopefully that does not happen this race. But King Boo steals my item immediately, and then I just kind of get like a weird hop and don't go anywhere. And then Bowser decides to throw his fake item box backwards, so now I'm in 12th again. There is definitely a common theme in this episode. But anyway, I am now in 7th. 7th is not a bad place to be in. Of course, I wish it were first, but, what are you going to do? Donkey Kong steals my item. How dare you, Donkey Kong? And it is triple green shells. Now, I'm scared of these triple green shells. I'm going to try to keep my distance and take the shortcut. And there's a blue shell coming, so I know I'm good at least. But I pull a Thundercloud. Now, I shouldn't have tricked off that ramp because I do have to slow down to pass it to Donkey Kong. I could have just gone off that ramp and not tricked, and then that probably would have lined me up almost perfectly with Donkey Kong, actually. But I accidentally tricked, so... what are you gonna do? I still passed it. I narrowly missed that banana. I don't know how I did that. Probably because I'm an elite gamer or something, I say as I run into the wall there. Oof. I get blue shelled, and Donkey Kong passes me, and he has a decently sized lead over me. My throat is killing me. Ooh. I do pull an item here, and it is a mushroom. Now, my first thought when I pull a mushroom on this track is just always, can I do the glitch? And I decide I'm going to go for it, because, why not? Everyone likes the glitch, right? Unfortunately, I get shocked here, so I do not keep my mushroom. But luckily, that red shell that was coming for me did fall off the edge, so I guess I came out on top there. I probably wasn't going to make the glitch anyway, but... I mean, I still wanted to attempt it, at least. I am in first place. I have a banana, which is not... I would prefer to have a mushroom or, triple bananas, or something like that. More protection than just a banana, but I have a decent-sized lead, so that is okay. I do not see this banana coming at all, and I run right into it, but now I have triple bananas, so I can kind of relax for the rest of the race here. I'm basically guaranteed first, unless there's a last-minute blue shell again, which, spoilers, there is not. Wow, so I get first place. Nice. And Sherbetland, once again, this is just another clip, and this is just to show you how many times I got denied first place, because honestly, I definitely had first place here. I'd been front-running this entire race, and then a blue shell at the last second appears and just ends my race. Thank you very much. Now, this would not be a Mr. Toast video if there was no Mario Raceway. So, of course, I had to include Mario Raceway. Oh. Ooh, my throat. Anyway, pretty standard opening. Unfortunately, I get wrecked right here, side greened, and then I get kind of bumped around a little bit, which is not very fun, but I do pull triple mushrooms. Now, There is one very good spot to use mushrooms on this track, and that is actually by the large mushroom on this track, so it's pretty easy to spot. But I'm a little worried with this cart because this cart has nowhere near as good of handling as I could have hoped for this shortcut. So I'm kind of going into this a little bit panicking, like, can I actually do this shortcut well? And I do manage to go back into first place, but I figure I should still go for the shortcut. So here it is up here. There's the mushroom I was talking about, and you just cut off here. Now I drift too late, so I do not get the full boost, and I do get the full boost, but I just end it in the off-road, so it's not really worth it. I have 2 more mushrooms, and I'm going to save them, but then the POW comes, so I kind of have to use them up. Whenever a POW's coming and you have mushrooms, you typically want to use them just so that they do not become ground shrooms and become free to use for anyone else. You usually just want to use them up. Even if you can't get full benefit out of them, it's still kind of worth it. Anyway, Baby Mario somehow hits me with that banana. Like, I was not hitting that banana. But okay, whatever. You can take my blue shell. That's fine. I get a bomb here. I don't want to throw it backwards because Diddy Kong was so close to me. I thought I would also get caught up in the explosion, but it gets shocked out of me. Somehow I pulled the most amazing draft of my life. And I see this ground shroom that I decided to go for. I just barely hit the off-road though, so I slow down a little bit. But I do manage to pull back ahead of Diddy Kong, and I get triple green shells, which, I mean, the race is basically set at this point. But, you know, given this session, I could have gotten blue shelled, I guess, and that would have been exactly the same as 5 other tracks that I played, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I finished with 457 points, which is pretty good. Well, that is all I have for you. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, do those regular YouTube things, like, comment, and subscribe. You know what to do at this point. But of course, we have to see what vehicle we unlocked. Drum roll, please. It is the Magic Cruiser. Yes, so I will be playing this next episode. See y'all later. Dear Lord, thank you for today. I pray that you bless the fruit of our hands. Help us to glorify you in everything that we say and do today. In your name I pray, because you are the one who saves. Amen.